Republic Act 9155, also known as the Basic Education Governance Act of 2001, provides the framework for the governance of basic education. This legislation sets the general directions for educational policies and standards and establishes authority, accountability, and responsibility for achieving higher learning outcomes. The Department of Education's Central Office outlines the national strategies that will protect and promote all Filipino children's right to access quality basic education services. These thrusts and priorities are translated into programs, projects, and services in all regions, divisions, schools, and learning centers. A decentralized basic education ensures education policies and programs are adapted and fit local needs. The principle of shared governance is operationalized in the different levels of governance in the Department of Education. At the national level, the Central Office sets the national education standards, national education policies, and National Basic Education Plan that serve as beacons for the Department of Education's field offices to ensure values, needs, and aspirations of a school community are reflected in the program of education for children, out-of-school children, youth, and adult learners. Operationally, the Department of Education's regional offices are mandated to develop their respective regional policy frameworks that reflect the values, needs, and expectations of the communities they serve. Regional thrusts and priorities are further operationalized by the school's division offices to ensure effective, efficient, and equitable education resources for all schools and learning centers. The school's division offices, through the school's district level, provide timely professional and instructional advice and support to school heads, teachers, and facilitators of schools and learning centers. The schools and learning centers provide the platform for children, out-of-school youth, and adult learners to access basic quality education services. Strengthening the capacity of the Department of Education to efficiently and effectively deliver education programs and projects continues to be a top priority in every reform agenda. In 2015, the Department of Education implemented the agency's rationalization plan. The reorganization led to new structures and the creation of new functional units. Internal systems and processes are being strengthened to ensure schools and learning centers receive the kind of focused attention they deserve. Educational programs, projects, and services take into account the interest of all learners. While Republic Act 9155 and other capacity-building efforts have laid down the policy framework for shared governance, the full implementation of the spirit of the law is yet to be realized. Translations of national education policies and standards into programs and projects that best address the requirements of school communities need to be continually fine-tuned. Management of teachers' professional and career development. The quality of the teacher is the most crucial factor influencing or affecting the performance of students. Teachers and learning facilitators must have the flexibility to serve the needs of all learners. Implementing the kindergarten to grade 12 curriculum raises the demand for more qualified teachers, and the emerging challenges, as experienced during the pandemic, make the capacity building of teachers and learning facilitators a top priority of the Department of Education. The following issues need to be addressed. Quality of entry-level teachers. The quality of entry-level teachers continues to be one of the major issues affecting teacher management in the Department of Education. Since 2009, the results of the Board Licensure Examination for Professional Teachers, previously called the Licensure Examination for Teachers, show low numbers of candidates meeting the minimum qualifications for entry to teacher training programs. In 2019, the passing rate was 31% for the Elementary Board Licensure Examination for Professional Teachers and 40% for the Secondary Board Licensure Examination for Professional Teachers. Unfilled teaching and teaching-related positions. The number of teachers hired almost doubled between 2000 and 2020. Over these 20 years, the teaching workforce grew by an average of 3.47% annually, representing 20,764 new hires per year. The most significant increases in new teacher items came in 2013 and 2017, after introducing kindergarten in 2012 and senior high school in 2016. Despite attempts to improve the hiring and deployment of teachers, a total of 39,557 teaching and teaching-related positions remained unfilled by the end of 2020. Ancillary tasks. Teachers should be able to focus on classroom teaching, as this is the role to which they are assigned. However, teachers and other Department of Education employees often are required to perform ancillary tasks assigned by higher authorities. These range from light administrative tasks, such as school assembly coordinator, to complicated tasks, such as the coordination of large-scale school tests. Unequal distribution of qualified teachers. Newly recruited and less experienced teachers are often assigned to hard-to-reach areas, such as rural, remote, and island schools. Unequal distribution of qualified teachers is also found in secondary schools with insufficient qualified teachers to cover the range of subjects offered. Recently, a revised policy on the allocation of a special hardship allowance for teachers in remote schools has been agreed upon by the Department of Education and the Department of Budget and Management following the development of a hardship index. Teachers not teaching their senior high school specialization. In the school year 2017 to 2018, 7,343 teachers did not teach their senior high school specializations in English, Filipino, mathematics, and science. These represent 10% of the total number of teachers in the four subject areas, often identified as difficult to fill. Almost 65%, or 4,765 non-major teachers, received no special training to prepare them for their assignments. Teachers lacking training for teaching foundation skills. The results from the Early Grade International Tests and the Philippines Early Childhood Care and Development Longitudinal Study reveal that teachers lack the capacity to develop foundational skills in literacy, such as reading and numeracy in the early grades. This hampers learning progress in later stages. Poor skills in analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. In a teacher development needs study conducted by the Philippine National Research Center for Teacher Quality, many grade 6, grade 8, and grade 10 teachers of Filipino, English, mathematics, and science